So in this video, I'm going to talk about why the first marathon I ever did was Stockholm in 2023. Roll VT. So why did I choose Stockholm Marathon? Well, I've got an affinity with the country of Sweden and particularly the city of Stockholm. Back in the noughties, I did some work there for about 2 weeks and I kind of just fell in love with the vibe of the place. I mean, I don't know why. It was middle of winter, dark, barely got to see the sunlight, and it was freezing cold, but for some reason it just kind of spoke to me. And through the years, I've got into Scandinavian Nordic noir and TV programs and generally the lifestyle. So at the time, the training I thought was going really, really well. I was getting out doing long runs every week, making sure I had done necessary stretching and things like that. And I thought I was doing okay, but the reality of the situation is that when I got to the end of the race, I felt I could have done more training. I could have done more to get myself in a better shape for when the race started. So what were the conditions like? Well, for Sweden, it was blisteringly hot. The race itself started at midday, so we're in the middle of the hottest part of the day, and it was really, really hot. I had a cap for the first time on run day, which kept my head from burning. But it was really hot, very dry and arid. Sweden is a surprisingly dry country, apparently. Very little rainfall compared to Norway and particularly the United Kingdom. So, starting at the bottom, I wore my Mizuno Wave Inspire. I think they were 18 or 19s, I can't remember. It's quite a while ago, and the brand has moved on a little bit since then. Just a normal pair of running socks, nothing special. The shorts were my Union Jill shorts by Lucky Stride, which I've still got and are excellent. Top-wise, I bought a t-shirt specifically made for me that said, "Let's run around Stockholm." It's a little bit of a joke. There's a guy on YouTube I follow who does walks around Stockholm, and he's called Let's Walk Around Stockholm. Also called Dan or Daniel or Danny, or he prefers Daniel anyway. On top, I had my white cap, which I bought on the day. I hadn't run with a cap before, not seriously anyway, because I knew it was going to be hot and the sun was going to be blazing down. I also had my hydration vest on, so a couple of drinks here, gels, also gels in my pocket, and that was it. So the course was quite frankly lovely, in the sense that it was a lovely place to run around. In terms of elevation, I think although it's a net downhill course, I'm sure I'll throw the figures up on the screen any second now. It did have some substantial climbs in it, particularly one into Södermalm, which was past the halfway point, and it was getting to the point where your legs were getting really, really tired. There's a bit where you go over a bridge, which is quite difficult because that's a long climb to the middle and then a long descent down. Don't let anyone tell you that running downhill is really, really easy. It requires a different set of muscles, so you've got to train equally to go uphill and downhill. There were some nice bits where you were running through Djurgården, which is a very foresty kind of area, past the national TV station, and generally it was quite urban. Lovely bit along the seafront there where there were people camped out on chairs and tables and things like that, drinking wine and beer and playing music. And as I passed this one group of people, they were playing the song YMCA by the Village People, and being the nutter that I am, I did the YMCA. Yeah, I know. So at the end, I felt glad that it was over. It was and will remain in my mind an amazing experience, the first one of its type for me. The one thing I would say is I felt I could have done better. I could have trained harder. I could have got that time well below the 5 hours 35 minutes. I reckon under 5 hours I could have got it too if I'd have trained better for the event. But as it was, Claire and Phoebe, my wife, and our daughter were just so chuffed with me, as were many of my friends and the rest of my family as well. And yeah, it was, yeah, I felt really good. It was a tick, done a marathon. Do I need to do one again? Who knows? Now, one thing I should say is the finishing venue of the Stockholm Marathon was absolutely just mind-blowingly amazing. It's the 1912 Olympic Stadium. It's been kept almost as is. There's been a few modernizations even. And it was an amazing experience as you emerge from the tunnel into the stadium. It's like in The Wizard of Oz when it suddenly goes from black and white to colour. Everything seems really bright and vivid. It was a beautiful sunny day as well, so that kind of helped the situation. And it really felt amazing finishing. Saw my wife and daughter in the stands, had a little bit of a blub, and then went on and finished. So I would expect that if you do a marathon, the post-race goodies and the way they treat you after the race should be really just one of the best events. If it's a 10K, cross the line, throw in a t-shirt, throw in a medal, here's a bottle of water, maybe a cereal bar if you're lucky. But they really did go all out to make you feel like you had earned your reward. So for example, there was a really nice Adidas t-shirt, a really, really nice medal. I think probably one of the nicest medals I've got. The post-race area where we all congregated afterwards just to recover. They were giving out hot dogs, they were giving away Erdinger beers free, there was water, you could collect your bag, you could sit around. It felt like a bit of a festival atmosphere. Overall, it was really, really, really good, I think. And yeah, certainly wouldn't discourage me from doing the race again on that basis. So after the race, and before it as well, we did do a few other things. I tended to kind of try and keep myself in as good a shape as possible before the race, not do anything too energetic, no walking around doing tours and things like that. But on the day after the race, we went on a boat to Drottningholm, which is a royal palace. It was a lovely, lovely trip. The only challenge I found on that journey was going up to the top deck, which was up some stairs, and anyone who's kind of done a marathon will know that stairs the day afterwards, in actual fact usually for a few days afterwards, are a real challenge. So after that we went to the Mall of Scandinavia, we had some lunch, and then I went off to see AEK, or AIK, it's AEK, was that the Greek one? I don't know. AEK to go to play football in the Friends Arena, as it was known then. I think it's now known as the Strawberry Arena. And yeah, it was great. So have you done the Stockholm Marathon? Well, do you agree with my opinion on it? Really good marathon, really enjoyed it. If you disagree or even agree, don't forget to put a comment in the boxes below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because hopefully I'll be posting some more content very, very soon. Take care. Bye now.